Hey Monkey community, hope everyone had a great Christmas today. Checking in on the project, we're at 233,000 market cap, which is up 10% from yesterday. So nice to see a bit of a comeback and seeing that floor hold nicely after the pullback yesterday. So things looking good here. I was thinking about it today that the uniqueness of Monkey is that we have both the bag working community and the diamond handed community, meaning that not only do we work for our bags, but we also hold. Like we've talked about how a lot of the top 30 haven't sold anything or in fact adding to their positions. And I think that unique combination is something that will lead to our success. And some projects have one or the other, which can work, right? It can pump a chart, then more folks can come in, it can work. But the gains typically aren't as sustained as those projects that have that the diamond hand culture as well. Monkey has both. So we'll work our bags during weak times in the market like this, and then we'll accumulate, and then we'll hold when we inevitably pump again. So I think that's a huge thing is that working during the slow market and bag working and shilling leads to the big gains when the market recovers, and then the diamond hands sustain those gains. So I think that combination is huge for Monkey, and that's why I'm incredibly bullish on Monkey still and why I'm adding every day. And overall, I'm just really comfortable where we are as a community. I keep on wishing I could add even more and, kind of stabilize that floor a bit. So I appreciate everyone that's DCAing and adding when they can. And more time is a blessing and more time to add more. So I'm not worried at all about where the market cap is. We just need to keep on pushing forward, and I think we have the folks on board to do that. So just keep up the good work, and I think we're going to be good. And I think 2026 is going to be a great year for Monkey. Let's look at the news here. We take a look at what Mike Alfred said here. I thought this was a good one. He says manipulation is a real thing and it works both directions. A lot of chart squigglers and kid traders are going to learn a lot of hard lessons on the path to 150,000 Bitcoin. There is no cycle. There has been no bull market. The real bull market starts this week. So I like this post. As you know, I'm incredibly bullish on crypto overall, and I agree that the 4-year cycle seems to be dead somewhat, and with all the structural changes, that could really change. And so you can't look at the past as an indicator for the future. So what I'm saying is if all the external, for lack of a better term, conditions remained exactly the same, then you might be able to chart it and do some trends and all that. But if there's huge structural changes, like you have a pro crypto government here in the US, things like that, right? Then, legal things, all sorts of things that could come about that aren't part of the past. They're unique things that come up. Those change things. And not that trending is out the window completely, but you can't just bank on trends to show you where we're going. That's why you see a lot of folks scared about a huge dip and other people saying, oh, it's going to, go to, 400,000 during the first quarter. And, the truth's probably somewhere in between, right? But the point is that there's no cycle really, or I wouldn't feel comfortable just betting everything on trends based on past cycles just because everything's changed. So I thought this was a good post by Mike Alfred. Now you've got the big boys, the big banks, the TradFi folks in. They're going to manipulate. They're going to do things. They're going to shake people out. We just have to be careful. To me, that's why it makes complete sense to just buy and hold your conviction coins and or Bitcoin and just see how it goes and add and shill for what you're holding. That's what I'm doing with Monkey. I don't think we can bank on any cycles. Just I love Monkey. I'm gonna buy, hold it, and shill it. And I think that's the easiest thing to do right now, rather than try to time things or get cute with your trading. Lil Toro says every crash feels like the end, but it's just the start of a comeback. The game rewards patience. Stay in it to win it. And I completely agree with that, especially with long-term conviction holds like Monkey, is we just need to keep on adding folks that are wanting to work for their bags and also hold. And that's key. The more people we get like that, we get, 20 or even 30 good 1% holders. I mean, think about that. We could lock up a huge percentage of the supply and just not sell. And every person we onboard just pushes the chart up, and we're just holding and onboarding more people. So you can see how the bag working there, onboarding more people, getting noticed, increasing that mind share helps add more holders, and then the diamond hand apart ensures that the price keeps on going up. So it's a simple way of looking at it, but I mean, it is simple. We just need to add more people, like-minded people, and we ourselves need to hold. Anndy Lian says meme coins can go to zero, L1 can go to zero, utility coins can go to zero, VC coins can go to zero too when you don't have any communities. And that's why we've talked about monke being unkillable. I mean, as long as we, the community, are here and we still believe in it, we're still buying, we're still holding, we're still shilling, we're not going to go to zero. We're going to hold, we're going to be around. And the longer we're around, the bigger that mind share gets, the more sustained that run's going to be when we get going. Mirage here had a good post. Mirage has had some good posts lately. We need to onboard him or her. I can't tell from the picture, but we need to onboard this person onto monke if this is the mindset, just because of the good posts lately. If this person's a believer in what they're saying here, it says you might hit a quick 100x gambling on new pairs, but you're more likely to hit 1000x betting on now consolidated meme coins that have maintained prominence and community morale over a period of months or more, despite unprecedented levels of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Real. So I think that's where monke is. We have folks doubting us. 6 months in, we're one of a few projects that have survived with the core community intact, a bunch of holders with a good attitude about it. I mean, I haven't seen other communities that are this strong. I know they're out there, but this is just the strongest I've seen. So he makes a good point here. We've got that 1000x potential here. I feel way more confident in that than picking 100x on a brand new pair. We've all done that before. Something looks good, it's a funny meme, and then it just rugs in one candle, right? So you're better off slowly, instead of gambling the Solana each day, taking that budget and putting in monke and just shilling. Instead of sitting there looking at charts and trading, I'd rather buy something like monke or another conviction coin and just shill it. I think you have a better chance here. So I totally agree with Mirage here. Because you might hit 100x, but how many have you missed, right? And again, everybody's different. If you're really good at trading, obviously don't listen to me. But most of us will do better long term by just plowing the money into the conviction coin like monke. I thought this was interesting, not necessarily crypto related, but Dima Zinuik says has a quote from Elon Musk. In late 2008, I gave Tesla the last money I had. It was that or the company would have died. We closed that funding round at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I gave my last money thinking Tesla would probably still die. So you see, he gave his money, which shows, even though he thought Tesla would probably still die, that he still believed that it was possible that they would make it. And obviously, the end of it, he's worth whatever it is, 700 billion now, and Tesla's leading edge and now in AI and robotics, and so he obviously believed in something and worked hard and kept at it to get where he is today. And people think, oh, he's lucky. He's not lucky, right? We know he works hard because it's well documented, but just see how he believed in it and he gave his money and he still had to work hard to make it. And I think that applies to our monke, is that we give our money because we know the potential and we know that work still is going to come, but that we have this chance, this incredible chance. And so I like this quote from Elon Musk. Another one from Elon Musk. Crypto Rover says Elon Musk says double-digit US GDP growth is coming within 12 to 18 months, and that'd be incredible for all the markets, including crypto, if the economy really does grow that much. So hopefully he's right, and we see that. And I think it's just more all-time highs for everything. Link says if you can't hold through a 90% dip, then you don't deserve a 1000x. I think people that have been around know that many of the very best projects have that 90% dip, typically multiple 90% dips, and they hold on and make it through, and that's the only way to get to the hundreds of millions and billions. Most of the time, there's a huge pullback. We've experienced a pullback. It's totally normal. That's why I'm comfortable where we are here. TR5 says 1 focus year can change your entire bloodline. 1 year of locking in 100% focused. Let's do that for Monkey. Let's stay focused. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep working. You never know where that spark's going to come from. If you're sitting here looking at posts, you respond to one, catches someone's eye, they respond. We've seen CZ, which we're going to get a quote from soon, respond to people's posts, and then the coin just candles up. So reply to CZ, you never know. Reply to these guys and shill under them. You never know who's going to see these things. On to that quote from CZ. Crypto King says Binance founder CZ says if you want to get rich quick, don't touch crypto. And I agree with that, especially when it comes to conviction coins like Monkey. Monkey, I think, could run very quickly, and I wouldn't want to be Monkey Land right now. But you shouldn't buy it thinking, oh, it's going to go up, to 100 million tomorrow. It could, but you need to come in with the right mindset that you're going to hold this thing and work it and wait to see what happens. And so that's the point he's making, I think. If you're thinking, I got to get rich, let me buy some crypto, you're going to be selling early, you're going to be sizing in too high, you're going to be all messed up. But if you take some of the emotion out, just buy a bit each day when you can afford it, or each payday, or whatever it is, then you really will make it, I believe, with a conviction coin like Monkey. Dawn has a quote here, simple one, boredom is part of the process. You shouldn't be trading Monkey every day, in my opinion, unless you're just buying a little bit every day. You shouldn't be selling it and trying to time it and looking where the next green candle is. To me, boredom is part of the process. Is that sometimes you don't make any trades. You just sit there and you chill, and it might seem boring because the chart's not going up or it's going down, but that's part of the process. I think I talked about it before, maybe a couple months ago in a video where Bitcoin itself is a lot of sideways trading up and down, and then all the gains come in just a few days normally. And so Monkey is going to be even more like that. I mean, when we run, I think it's going to be quick. And so boredom has to be part of the process. Just hold on to your bag and wait for what we know is coming, and then do your part and chill. Post as much as possible, create content, whatever we can do, let's do it. Art says, put in the hours and it will pay off. I see a lot of people complain about market being dead. These are the same ones who trench for only a few hours and go back to scrolling. It is hard to fail if you truly put in the time and effort every single day. I think this is applicable to Monkey as well. If we put in the effort every single day, I don't think we'll fail, right? There's stuff out of our control, but there's a lot in our control that we can do every single day and be consistent and hold, don't sell, and chill. And if just a small group of us agree to do that and work hard, I think we're going to make it. And Jeremy says that here, building right now is the only way you're going to be ready when the market returns. Position yourself wisely. Now's the time where like Don said, the boredom is here, where it doesn't feel good, and where you're thinking, should I really buy more? It's going down. This is where you position yourself wisely right now to get ready for when the market returns. You're not going to want to start buying when the market returns. That's not the way to make money here. Rune says, bring Bagworking back. On-chain needs like 100, like Murad. And I agree, man. If we had more Murads, we'd be good, right? And I think the Monkey community has a lot of bag workers. And we need to keep it going, onboard more bag workers, and keep that excitement going with new memes, new posts, whatever content we can come out with. Dior here says, if a coin and community stay alive and strong, as I'm a part of it, I can genuinely say I'm top tier and one of the best bag workers there is to the game. Not many left still have the drive and effort to still have, I don't know what that means, which is why a lot of coins die quick. So I think what Dior is saying here is that the coins die because the bag working is not there. The community is not there. I think that's why Monkey's not dead and it's not going to die. And I think we're going to run because we have I believe, some of the best bag workers here. And remember, it's not just bag working because you hold a bag. I think we genuinely love the meme and the community and the others. We want the others to succeed, which I think is rare in a coin these days. So we just need to keep on adding more bag workers. So if you know anyone, keep on shilling. Folks will notice us. They'll see the low market cap. I think there's a segment of folks that understand that now's the time to buy in. We need to get monke in front of those people so they buy in. They see the community. They like the community. They want to bag work. Those are the folks we need now. Then there's another group of people like some of the Coles and influencers who won't touch anything unless they launch it or until it gets to a decent market cap. Then they'll start buying it. So maybe we get to 2, 3 million. We get some folks that will jump in, and then we have the whales that don't do anything until there's enough liquidity there to size in. And so I think those are the three groups that we're looking at. I mean, they can go out of order, obviously, but normally you're not going to get a whale to, drop 10 or 20,000 USD into Monkey, right? They're going to wait till there's liquidity. And there's influencers though that I think we can get now, and then also just bag workers, diamond-handed folks that want to be part of a community. That's kind of what we're selling here. So keep on shilling. We tested a live stream on X last night. It seemed to go well. Folks could hear me on there. Just did some live shilling, and we'll probably do that again. There was a pretty significant delay that I need to figure out, maybe some settings, but we'll do that. Maybe we'll do some spaces, and we'll just kind of keep that excitement up and make sure everyone's feeling good and holding and that we're all on the same page. So thanks everyone. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and I will see everybody tomorrow.